Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everybody. Thank you for your time today to take the time to listen to StyleBox's business proposal for the selection system. For the agenda, we will give you a brief overview about us and then our individual experiences. We'll review our services, then we'll discuss the project needs, and then finally our technical approach. So who are we? Elevate Talent Services is a woman-owned consulting firm that's built on a powerful mix of our practical experience, our business expertise, as well as research-backed methods that are grounded in industrial organizational psychology. We help organizations solve their most critical talent challenges, from hiring and talent management to leadership development and organizational effectiveness. Our solutions are practical, evidence-based, and always customized to your needs. We invite you to meet our team. With global experience supporting organizations across the United States and internationally, we understand how to design flexible, compliant, and scalable talent strategies that succeed across different markets and cultures. For myself, I bring 15 years experience in data privacy, access and identity management, auditing, and compliance topics. My most recent position was as principal consultant for Robert Bosch North America, headquartered in Germany. Nora?
Thank you, Lori. My name is Nora Lyles, and I bring over 10 years of talent acquisition experience, HR management, specifically as an HR business partner, and workforce planning. I've had the privilege to work across different industries, including manufacturing, distribution, and retail, both in the US and globally.
Hi, I'm Haley. I bring 8 years of experience in talent strategy, hiring system design, and organizational development. I've supported leading tech companies in building scalable, evidence-based hiring solutions.
Thank you, Haley.
All right, we will jump into our services. As you saw from the presentation earlier, and giving you an overview of who we are and what we do, we bring practical and research-based solutions to help you with your talent needs, and specifically in this case, around selection. We will be focused on helping you identify the best tools to help you attract talent for your most critical hiring challenges. We will focus on building custom solutions. And as you can see here on the screen, this can be done by providing you with custom selection tools, looking at specific work analysis, while we also prioritize fairness, compliance, and candidate experience. We will also provide you with solutions that are flexible and scalable. So we're talking about speed, agility, and flexibility. Now we'll take it a step further and we'll talk about our job analysis and role profiling, and that's a really critical piece of this work. We will conduct interviews and we'll focus on analysis through partnering with subject matter experts through your organization to identify key success factors to help you identify and attract the best talent. We will also ensure that we have the proper tools and translations for you to leverage these tools not only in the United States, but globally and specifically in Germany. And we will, most importantly, align those selection tools and resources with your business goals and objectives. And most importantly, we heard you loud and clear. We know that you're looking to hire 1,700 stylists across the United States and Germany. And that is a big volume, and congratulations on that growth. But with that, we will also focus on making sure that our tools and resources are appropriate for high volume solutions to help you weed through that talent and find the best candidates, the most qualified candidates to bring to your organization, while enabling efficiency and also decision making supported by data, and making sure that we are compliant across the board. Next slide. All right, the project needs. So we'll get to it. Again, going back to our original promise to help you find the best talent in those 1,700 hires for now, but also for the future. We are building tools that are going to support you now and long term. And with that, we will focus on building those tools and resources that you can leverage across your different departments. And again, both in the United States and Germany. And with that, we will need to make sure that we are able to help you identify that talent quickly. We know that hiring 1,700 associates will require access to a large pool of talent. And we'll do that while also creating a positive candidate experience. We know that the candidate experience makes a difference. How we elevate your brand, how we create that application experience where candidates feel engaged and they can resonate with your employee value proposition, while also promoting inclusiveness and fairness through that process. And we have talked about scalability and a global solution. We know that there are unique nuances to the hiring needs, sometimes in the United States by state and also globally. We know that there are some local requirements in Germany, whether it's data privacy or other requirements. So that will be part of our solutions and how we design those tools. And we also will continue to think about online functionality and the efficiency, making sure that you have access to mobile resources, you have access to translations where it makes sense for your audience. And we will also work on streamlining your privacy, streamlining your processes to make sure that we are able to remove as many manual touch points and also allowing you to access data on demand to be able to conduct your analysis and measure your success and your return on the investment.
Now we move to the project timeline. Timing is critical, and we recognize that. So our expedited timeline ensures the candidates experience a fair process while ensuring StyleBox hires the most qualified stylists based on scientific methods to rapidly scale this growing business. As you can see here, we have a 13-week timeline planned. Week 1 will be the project launch, where we'll meet to align on goals. We'll have you identify the appropriate people for us to interview for our subject matter expert and supervisor interviews. Then we'll move into week 2 and 3, where we will conduct those subject matter expert panels. We'll move to week 4 and 5, where we continue our interviews, focusing on the supervisors of the stylists. And then in week 6 through 8, we will analyze the data and identify regional trends in the US as well as Germany. Week 9 and 10, we will evaluate our system. We'll do content validation to make sure that the information that we've gathered truly looks for the information that's required to identify those qualified candidates. And then weeks 11 through 12 will be the pilot of our system. And after the pilot, we'll collect feedback to see if there's any adjustments that need to be made before week 13, which is the implementation. Now we'll move on to our technical approach, how we're going to help you get there. So the first part of our technical approach is going to begin with a work analysis. We recommend a thorough work analysis so that we can better understand the stylist job qualifications, ensure that the job that we define is well defined within the organizational structure. So we're going to do this in 2 ways. Our sources. We're going to use subject matter experts, or SMEs. And these are the best candidates that are going to be able to provide the knowledge, skills, and abilities that are required to be successful in a stylist role at StyleBox. We'll also need supervisors of the stylists because they'll be able to help provide a unique perspective that will shape the requirements for the selection process. The methods that we'll use are the panels, the SME panels, subject matter expert panels, which will consist of 6 employees each. The panels will be conducted via Zoom, and they will be conducted for both US and Germany. The supervisor interviews will be conducted on-site and remotely. The goal with the supervisor interviews is 80%. And then finally, we will administer a survey to the remaining employees with our target being 100%.
Thanks, Lori. StyleBox's rapid expansion requires a selection process that is not only scalable, but focuses on identifying the right type of candidate from the start. That's where our custom online assessment comes in. We will build this tool to measure what matters most in the stylist role, providing exceptional customer service. Based on our job analysis and research, we will identify service behavior as the most critical skill. The scenarios in the assessment reflect real customer-facing situations that stylists are likely to encounter, which will allow us to evaluate how candidates would respond in practice, not just in theory. Unlike off-the-shelf tools that focus on generic traits, this assessment is built around real-world challenges stylists will face at StyleBox. This means that you'll get insights that are more predictive, more relevant, and better aligned to your hiring goals. Because it's delivered online and it will take just 20 minutes to complete, it works seamlessly at scale. We followed a rigorous 9-step development process to build this tool. The content will be reviewed by subject matter experts at StyleBox to ensure it accurately reflects role expectations. We will use behaviorally anchored scoring to ensure consistency across candidates, and the tool will be pilot tested to support reliability. We'll also have a validation strategy in place so that StyleBox can monitor its effectiveness over time. Ultimately, this assessment will allow StyleBox to identify service-oriented candidates early, so your team spends time interviewing only the best fit applicants while ensuring fairness and quality throughout the process. You can go to the next slide. With the assessment in place, we'll then look at how to structure the full selection process in a way that's both scalable and practical for StyleBox's rapid growth. Our proposed selection system is built around a multiple hurdle model, which helps StyleBox scale efficiently while ensuring that only the most qualified candidates move forward at each stage. We'll start with a resume review to ensure that candidates meet the minimum qualifications, such as education or relevant experience. Those who pass move on to a custom online assessment that evaluates how they'll respond in real customer service situations. From there, candidates complete a brief personality assessment focused on traits like conscientiousness or service orientation. These are attributes our jobs analysis identified as essential for success in the stylist role. Next, qualified candidates participate in a structured interview with a hiring manager. These interviews use behavior-based questions that are directly tied to the job and scored using standardized rubrics. Finally, selected candidates will go through pre-employment screening to confirm eligibility and job readiness. To implement this system, we'll have designed a phased rollout. We recommend beginning with the validation steps, such as gathering feedback from key stakeholders and refining scoring tools before moving into full launch. Each tool will be introduced in sequence, starting with the early stage screens like resume review and the online assessment. We'll also provide interviewer training to support consistency across markets and establish a process for monitoring outcomes and adverse impact. This allows StyleBox to make informed improvements as the system matures. This approach supports consistent, fair, and scalable hiring decisions that can grow with the organization. You can move to the next slide.
Thank you, Haley. And thank you to StyleBox for watching this presentation, and we hope to hear from you soon. Please keep Elevate Talent Services in the forefront of your mind. Thank you.